my name is Miriam and I hope you're really well. So today I thought I would do something that I've not done before, which is a sit down video, because I got inspired. I was on YouTube the other day and I was just watching, you know, the recommended ones, and someone did a 30 by 30 list, which is basically like a bucket list that you do before, like all the things that you do before you're 30. And I know 30, the whole idea that your life ends at 30 is a social construct targeted at, you know, aging women, but I just thought it might be a bit of fun anyway, and I know that it'll be really good to look back on. So for those of you that don't know, I'm 25. I am training to be a play therapist, which I will go into a little bit more detail in some of the points. And I live in Chester with my boyfriend Adam, and in this house that he owns. So we might as well just get going with the list then. They're in no particular order. I've got my laptop out down here. I'm going to be reading it from there, if that's okay. I'm not going to be able to memorise the 30 things. Let's get going. Number 1 is to visit Norway or Sweden, or preferably both, I guess. Adam's been to Sweden in the past and he absolutely loved it. I've always admired their kind of, the way that their society is run, and some of the choices that their governments make is quite inspiring. But it's also a really beautiful place, and it's really nearby because I live in the UK, so it seems like a perfect place to visit eventually. I do know that it's a bit expensive, so it will probably be something that we save up for. Number 2 is to run a 5k. Everyone, the world and his wife, has been running 5ks recently and getting into running in the lockdown, you know, because we're in a pandemic as I write this 30 by 30. That'll be a fun one to laugh back at in 5 years time, won't it? But basically I would like to pick up running. I've tried in the past unsuccessfully, and I think to have an aim of like 5k is very reasonable really, considering they built an app called Couch to 5k. Currently I am at the couch end of that scale. 11 weeks of training within the next 5 years seems doable, doesn't it? Number 3, I'm definitely gonna run out of fingers, aren't I? But number 3 is to own my own business. I basically hate the idea of being employed. I would much rather be able to dictate my own choices in my career, decide when I go on holidays, and like take mental health time off if I need it. All of those things that are quite restricted when you are employed. So yeah, the ideal is to own my own business. Oh, I've just seen there was a little add-on to that one, which was and earn 30k a year. I think there's nothing wrong really with having a financial aim. I think more women should be aiming higher with their salaries, and that's all I'll say on that one. But yeah, 30k by the age of 30, I think that's a reasonable ask. Number 4 is to go interrailing again. So I've actually interrailed in the past with my old flatmate. She isn't old, we're like the same age, but it was a few years ago that I lived with her. We interrailed for 2 weeks around mainly like major cities. So we did Paris, Vienna, Salzburg, Venice, Rome, Pisa. I think that's about it, and a few smaller places in between. And it was really awesome, and kind of sucks that we're coming out of the European Union, but I've had a little look on the Interrailing website and it says that you should still be able to do interrailing without a visa, and Adam's up for it because he absolutely loves travelling. I think that might be something that we do, and maybe do some of the same cities but mix it up a little bit. Number 5 is have 500 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So if you're watching this as it comes out, thank you firstly, because you've probably seen that the view count is probably like 2, and both of those will be me rewatching my video. So yeah, if you are watching this, thank you very much, and do please consider subscribing, because I do want to upload regularly and it's just really hard to kind of get the motivation at the moment. And there's a lot of other stuff going on, like, you know, job, coursework, pandemic, job, coursework, pandemic. That one on the list wasn't a plug, but if you wouldn't mind giving this video a like, a comment, a subscribe maybe, because my aim is to get to 500 subscribers by the time I'm 30. Number 6 is to visit Canada. So again, Adam has been to Canada and he fell in love with it. He wants to move there. If I said to him,
oh, I've packed our bags, I've got us some tickets to Canada, do you want to come?
He would not even blink. He just loves the lifestyle out there, and again, I've never been, so I would like to be able to share in that enthusiasm with him. It looks like an absolutely beautiful country, so get me a ticket please before the age of 30, I guess. Number 7 is to live in another country for 3 months plus. I thought that was kind of like a decent time scale, because I feel like you could get to know a place in about 3 months. So some of you that are UK based might know what a shambles this country has turned into in the last year. I think with that in mind, it would be nice to like look elsewhere and sort of see what else is out there. Maybe Canada, maybe Sweden if they'll take us, those kind of places, or even Portugal, because we're lucky enough that someone in the family has property in Portugal, so we are able to kind of like stay out there at a very discounted price, which is handy. So yeah, we'll see. 3 months living abroad, maybe longer, before the age of 30. Number 8 is to own my own property, or own property maybe like with Adam. So at the moment he owns this house, we live in it together, it's both of our homes, it's working out perfectly, but at the same time it is his investment because he had the financial ability to do that. Myself on the other hand, I'm not at that stage yet, so I would like to one day either own property with him or own property by myself. It's not much to ask, is it? Number 9 is to skydive. I might regret putting this on the list. I might regret also saying to Adam's mum that I wouldn't mind skydiving and that I would consider it. Whether I will be pooing myself as the plane goes up into the sky, yes I would be, but also from people that I've heard that have done it, it's like a once in a lifetime thing and they absolutely loved it, so we'll see. Number 10, I brought the finger thing back because I felt like number 10, so number 10 is, along the same lines as skydive, fly in a hot air balloon. It's not quite as dramatic, it's not quite as traumatic, but I would also like to do that. I just think it would be really nice to fly above a beautiful landscape at sunrise or sunset and have that like noise. That's me doing the gas in the hot air balloon. I don't think they would actually let me do it, but the noise of it would be nice, I guess. We'll see if that one comes true. Maybe if I keep doing my impressions, someone will take pity and be like, come on my hot air balloon, come on. Number 11 is, well, it's get engaged. So it kind of relies on Adam, I guess, or someone else. Hopefully Adam. I'm not wishing that it won't be him. Oh god, I've jinxed it. So Adam, if you're watching this, you know, you've got 5 years, plan it out, make it spectacular. Only kidding, but I would like to get married one day and I think it would be quite nice to get engaged before the age of 30. But you know, who cares? Like, if I get married at the age of 50, 80, doesn't really matter, but that's kind of like my timescale at the moment in my 25-year-old head. Number 12 is to speak Portuguese comfortably. Yeah, I was just checking if I actually wrote that. I did write that. Obviously with learning languages, you kind of have to stick at it. And we've got an app, both of us have got an app. The battery just ran out, so sorry if I've changed places a little bit. Yeah, so we go on holiday to Portugal a number of times. Not a year, no, we go like once a year maybe, if that, to be honest, but because we know that we'll always sort of continue to go back there, I think it'd be really good, really embrace the culture if we could learn a bit of the language. And I think it's kind of ignorant that in the UK we kind of expect everyone to speak English. Number 13 is to do some further training. So like I said, at the moment I'm doing my postgraduate in play therapy. I forgot then. I'm doing my postgraduate in play therapy. It is child psychotherapy. So with that, kind of brings up loads of other opportunities to do different, similar trainings, but different. So for example, I'm considering maybe then going and doing an adult counselling course or child and parent therapy. So yeah, I think in the next 5 years, it would be nice to have another kind of course qualification under my belt. Number 14 is to conquer my fear of the sea. So I don't know if any of you, please shout out in the comments if you were the same, but I get freaked out in the ocean. Like, I love being by the sea. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I would happily move like to the coast, but I get freaked out. I don't like the unknown of like going swimming in deep water and not being able to see things. And let's just say the film The Life of Pi scared the bejesus out of me. Stranded at sea, that's my literal like worst nightmare. But it does mean that when we're on holiday and there's a beautiful ocean, I get anxiety going in the ocean and swimming and things, and I don't want to feel like that because it holds me back. So I would like to kind of work on that personally, work on sort of overcoming that fear. Number 15 is to go on a long haul flight. So I just basically haven't been on one and I would like to go a bit further afield. I don't know, is Canada a long haul flight? Maybe I could tie it in with that one. I think to go further than I've ever been before. That sounds like the speech of the moon landing. But yeah, if I could sort of just push myself a little bit, go a bit further afield, visit America maybe, New Zealand, Thailand, those kind of places would be really cool. Number 16 is to own a pet. So we have ummed and ahed about getting a dog, getting a cat. I personally would have anything fluffy in my life. Maybe even a not fluffy thing. But we've kind of decided that now is probably like not the best time to get a pet because we've almost finished doing the renovations of this property and I don't really want a little dog kind of like chewing at the leg of my new sofa that I just paid £200 for, you know? So I guess we'll work that one out as we get more comfortable in the area and maybe when we're like not committed to travelling as much, I guess. Number 17 is to go wild camping in Scotland. It seems silly that we kind of live on this little island and me and Adam don't really explore any of the areas particularly. Adam for one has never been to Scotland and it's quite cool that you can wild camp there, so that is definitely on our list. Yeah, I think that will probably be something that we achieve fairly soon maybe. Number 18 is to be a play therapist because COVID-19 has absolutely extended my training far more than I ever anticipated it would, and I just want to get it over and done with. So I guess it's kind of one of the things on the list that is a bit of a given because I am training and I'm not far off qualifying now. But even still, to kind of practice and start my own play therapy business, that I really am aiming for. Number 19 is to be part of a protest. So there's a lot of things that I don't agree with, but there's not often times when I will stand up for those things. And I think I should use my voice more. I'm always that annoying person on Facebook that's sharing like petitions and stuff, but to be in a protest might be really interesting, and I feel like it's something that maybe everybody should do once in their lifetime, to just say, hey, I'm gonna stand up with all these other people and shout for something that I believe in. Number 20, only 10 more after this, is to surf a wave. Why am I wanting to surf a wave when I'm afraid of the ocean? I hear you ask. I absolutely love the idea of being that like curly haired beach surfer chick. I just want to surf a wave. We used to travel to Devon like once a year from me being like age 4 to 18, and I didn't learn to surf not once, so that is a kind of a more physical, sporty aim of mine for the next 5 years. Number 21 is to see the Northern Lights. Again, a kind of once in a lifetime moment. Maybe people, people definitely see it like more than once in their lifetime, but I imagine the first time you see the Northern Lights, it's pretty spectacular. So I reckon this would be quite cool to tie in with like the Norway-Sweden trip, and fingers crossed like we get to see the Northern Lights, because I know a lot of people do travel to these places hoping to see them and then they don't. Number 22 is to go scuba diving. Again, I need to conquer my fear of the sea somehow, so why not throw myself in at the deep end, literally. I've done scuba diving once in my life and it was really cool, so I would like to do it again. I don't think Adam's ever done scuba diving, so it might be quite a cool thing to do together. It's like being in another world under the ocean.
Under the sea.
And I would like to do that. So number 23 is to do archery. So I'd like to channel my inner Maid Marian and like, you know, properly go for it and shoot an arrow at a target, because I've never done that before and it looks cool. And again, I want to be that cool archery girl with the like auburn hair. So yeah, that's a dream. Number 24 is to do climbing and bouldering more. So me and Adam have often talked about like having a hobby together, or like a sport that we both enjoy. It seems that bouldering would be that for us, because we both like climbing and have done it in the past, but we've not done it together. This year, I think, hopefully, when the lockdown's lifted and life please return to normal, we might start going to a local like climbing centre and learning to do bouldering together. Number 25 is to plant a tree. So I would like to kind of leave my mark on this world, and I want to leave a positive mark, not environmental disaster, which, you know, human civilization, we kind of have come with. But if I plant a tree, maybe it'll help cancel out some of the CO2 that I have created or been a part of creating over my lifetime. So yeah, I want to plant a tree before I'm 30. Number 26 is to give a presentation or a talk. I don't know about you, but I get lost down a TED Talk, a YouTube video hole, and I'm watching these people that are so passionate. And I'm not saying I want to do a TED Talk, but even if I did a talk to my local council or the education board at my in my local area about play therapy or something, I just want to make my voice heard a bit more about the things that I'm passionate about and the things that I believe in. Number 27 is to attend a life drawing class. So I was kind of umming and ahhing as to whether I should put model in a life drawing class. But I think if I attend one first, then I can suss out whether I would want to be the model. I like art, okay? It's not just because I want to get naked or paint someone that's naked. But yeah, basically, I would like to challenge myself in that respect, challenge my confidence in my art, maybe then my confidence in my body. Number 28 is eat a meal grown by myself. So we are hoping to create a raised bed planter in our garden for growing veg. And yeah, basically I want to be like, oh, I grew most of this stuff on this plate. It is delicious. I am relying on it being delicious. But even if it's not, I'll be super proud that like me and Adam managed to grow something of substance. Number 29 is to do a full press up. I'm not like the fittest person in the world and I can't do a full press up. I actually have a scoliosis, so my excuse, I guess, is that my upper body strength is like really poor, but that doesn't stop people, does it? So I want to keep practicing on my knees to start with, and ultimately work up to do a full press up before the age of 30. Wish me luck. And finally, number 30 is to sew a piece of an item of clothing. So my sister actually sewed her own wedding dress and I thought that was really admirable. So yeah, basically I want to sew myself a top or some trousers or something before the age of 30 preferably. So that is my list. Obviously some of them I don't really care if I carry them on to like a bucket list alternately. I don't think 30 should be the cut-off for some of these things, but hey, it's nice to have goals and to set kind of aims, because like my birthday's in April where I'll be 26. So yeah, 4 years to achieve these things and basically just start living once we're allowed to in the UK, once lockdown's lifted, and hopefully we can say bye to COVID. I want to say a big thank you if you managed to get through this whole list of things. Let me know what some of yours are, if you've got any of the same aims before 30 or just in life in general. And thank you very much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Would love to hear from you in the comments. I will see you in my next video then. Thanks, bye. And my battery is flashing, but I managed to make it to the end. I did. This part of my room looks so tidy. I'm gonna show you the rest of it. It's not. Hi, my name is Miriam and hi. And hi, just hi. Hello! I'm a children's TV presenter apparently.